Blood of My Blood Season 2 is getting closer, and honestly, it already feels like this season could completely change the future of the entire Outlander universe. After the emotional ending of Outlander, fans are still thinking about the journey of Claire Fraser and Jamie Fraser, but at the same time it feels like the franchise is secretly building towards something even bigger. Ever since the prequel series was announced, one question has stayed in every fan's mind. Are we finally going to see Claire appear in Blood of My Blood? And after everything we saw in Season 1, I honestly think the chances are much higher now. One of the biggest reasons fans believe this theory is because of how often Claire talked about her parents during the final season of Outlander. It almost felt too intentional to ignore. Every time she mentioned Henry and Julia, it felt like the writers were quietly reminding viewers that there are still huge mysteries left unanswered. Claire never truly learned what happened to them, and that emotional gap in her story still feels unfinished. That's why many fans believe the writers are saving those answers for Blood of My Blood Season 2, instead of revealing everything in the original series. The ending of Season 1 gave us a massive cliffhanger with Julia, Henry, and baby William standing near the stones while danger closed in around them. The moment Henry grabbed Julia's hand and pushed her toward the stones felt incredibly emotional, but it also raised so many questions. Did they actually have gemstones for time travel? Could all three of them make it through safely? And what happens if something goes wrong? In the Outlander universe, traveling through the stones has never been simple, and that's what makes this situation feel so dangerous. Honestly, I keep thinking about baby William the most. Even if Henry and Julia were prepared to travel, there's still a terrifying possibility that William could somehow be separated from them. Imagine Julia and Henry escaping through time, while their son is left behind in the past. That would instantly become one of the saddest storylines in the entire franchise. But at the same time, it could create an emotional connection between the Fraser family and Claire's family long before Claire and Jamie ever meet. And knowing how much this franchise loves emotional twists, that theory honestly feels possible. But there's also a much darker possibility here. What if Julia and Henry never escape at all? The people hunting Henry were already getting closer, and the Outlander universe has never been kind to characters trying to outrun danger. If the stones fail or if they're captured before traveling, Season 2 could become far more intense than fans expect. Julia and Henry could lose everything, and William himself could become part of a much bigger clan conflict. With powerful families searching for an heir, William might suddenly become extremely important to people who only care about bloodlines and legacy. At the same time, Ellen and Brian's storyline is clearly about to become even more emotional in Season 2. Last season already showed how much pressure and danger surrounded their relationship, but now war is approaching fast. We already know from Outlander history that Brian and Dougal eventually fight together, so I think the new season will slowly rebuild some of that broken trust between them. They may never fully agree with each other, but surviving battles together could force them to respect one another in ways they never expected. I also think Ellen could end up playing a much bigger role in William's future than fans realize. Maybe Henry and Julia eventually leave William with Ellen and Brian for protection. Maybe Jamie unknowingly grows up around Claire's younger brother years before meeting Claire herself. That kind of emotional connection feels exactly like something this franchise would do, because it would make Jamie and Claire's love story feel even more destined than it already does. As for Claire herself, I really don't think the writers are finished with her story yet. Even if she doesn't appear immediately, it feels like Blood of My Blood is slowly building toward that moment. And honestly, if Claire finally appears in Season 2, even for one emotional scene, it could become one of the most unforgettable moments in the entire Outlander franchise. Just imagine Julia finally seeing her daughter after years of mystery and separation. Fans would completely lose their minds watching a reunion like that. The best part is that the wait for the new season may not be too long. Filming has already wrapped, small teasers are starting to appear, and everything currently points toward a fall 2026 release. Even though the teaser footage didn't reveal many secrets, it definitely felt like the show is preparing for a much bigger and more emotional season. And honestly, after everything Season 1 set up, it feels like Blood of My Blood Season 2 could end up becoming one of the most important chapters in the entire Outlander universe.